So right away, the first question the video asked is, do you think your job will be automated? And I was sort of taken aback by that because I am going to be hopefully a software engineer in my future career. And so a software engineer would be very integral to developing the programs that would be part of automating other people's jobs. And so for me, that always seemed like an automation-proof job. But thinking about it really in depth, a lot of what goes into coding and development is really just reusing chunks of code. There's functions and methods that are very useful and are written to perform a specific skill. And if there was a computer program developed that was able to go through other programs and maybe with the help of artificial intelligence go through and say, this worked in the past for this program, I'm going to pull this chunk of code and apply it in a new program that the computer is writing itself, I could see a future for automation in that regard. Also, when you think about it, you're already seeing coding and development become more automated. You have websites such as Squarespace and WordPress that have become sort of an automation tool for website development. So you have people who have no website development experience, have never seen a line of HTML or JavaScript in their life, and they're able to go on these websites and build their own website that looks really professional, highly functional, without ever having to hire a developer, which, as you know, hiring a developer is very expensive, so this is at a fraction of the cost on these sites. And so I personally am not for a lot of automation when it comes to jobs that involve customer service. So in response to Brandon's second question, where he talked about the potential for kiosks to replace cashiers, I personally I'm not sure that it would be the best possible idea. You see these kiosks in use at Panera today, and I see every time I'm in there, I see someone go up and order something at the kiosk, and then it ends up they did it wrong, or for some reason their order, they couldn't specify something they wanted on their order enough on the kiosk, so they had to go find an employee and essentially get walked through the entire process of ordering again with the employee. So in something that was meant to be time-saving ended up being time-consuming for the customer. And then also, when you think about kiosks, they do seem very user-friendly. However, when you think about it, these are sort of tech devices. So you have people who may not have been exposed to ever working with a tablet or a computer of any sort. And so populations such as older generations, younger children, or even people who are not as tech literate can really struggle with using these kiosks, and that really sort of hurts your customer demographic and how many customers you're able to draw in. And so also another thing with customer service, a lot of companies are moving towards automating their customer service because it's a way to save money on actually paying employees. So this is in the form of a chatbot or an automated voicemail message. And as anyone who's ever been on the phone with an automated voicemail message, you will understand that it can take 30 minutes to answer a question that someone could have answered in 5 seconds if a real human had just picked up the phone. So this can become something that I personally would not like to see carried out in more automation. And I do think customer service is very important to be a human-to-human interaction.